AZA-accredited zoos and aquariums recognize that all life on Earth is part of one interconnected system. Animals, plants, and humans are all affected by changes in our environment, and one of the biggest challenges we face today is climate change. So you might wonder, what's causing the climate to change? It's simple, really. You probably know that regular carbon dioxide, or CO2, is released into the air when animals exhale, and that it is then absorbed by plants to help them grow, and oceans to help them maintain their life-sustaining chemical balance. But we are also adding CO2 to the air when we burn coal or oil for electricity, or gas to power our cars. We call this rampant CO2 because there is too much of it being produced. Rampant CO2 is building up in our oceans and disrupting nature's balance. Rampant CO2 is also building up in our atmosphere, where it surrounds our planet and acts much like a blanket which traps heat. As we add more and more CO2, it increases the heat-trapping blanket effect, resulting in climate changes that are already affecting us and many species of animals, even those that can be found near you. For example, did you know that the red fox and the Arctic fox are being impacted by climate change? Warming temperatures is causing the Arctic tundra to change to forest, which is allowing red foxes to travel further north than they normally would. This is a problem because the red fox is now preying on Arctic foxes and eating Arctic foxes' food. Sadly, the Arctic fox's territory is disappearing, and the red fox is quickly becoming an invasive species. But it's not too late to help. We know that the majority of Americans are concerned about climate change, but many feel overwhelmed by it, or think they're too busy to address it. Fortunately, it doesn't take a lot of effort to protect wildlife if we work together. Did you know that more than 180 million people, like you, visit AZA-accredited zoos and aquariums each year? That's more than the annual attendance of all professional sporting events combined. If all of us start by sharing our concerns with friends, families, and coworkers, we can find ways to turn concern into positive change action. In communities across the country, people are joining together to create systems that make it easier to curb CO2 emissions. For example, we know that more than 1/3 of our CO2 emissions comes from using energy to produce, transport, and dispose of the food we eat and the goods we use. Grow NYC is a hands-on, nonprofit organization that was created to empower New York City neighborhoods to build community gardens and rainwater harvesting systems to water them. These community gardens foster civic participation and encourage neighborhood revitalization while reducing the need to transport these foods long distances, therefore reducing fuel usage and demand. Rainwater harvesting systems decrease demand on the public water supply system and reduce stormwater runoff, which can overload storm drains and pollute the waters surrounding the city. When local people join together to support system-wide change, it becomes fun and easier for everyone to reduce their CO2 emissions. We hope you will connect with those in your social circles to increase the conversation about climate change and find creative ways to protect people and animals that share our home.